remember. Told me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to these guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights, my heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to these guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights, my heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to these guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights, my heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry, oh why? Oh, I'ma cry, oh why? Oh, I'ma cry, oh why? I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry, oh why? Oh, I'ma cry, oh why? Oh, I'ma cry, oh why? I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We are back with another Music Monday on this Monday. Man, y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and I make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know this is Music Monday. Now, this will be normally around the time where I will introduce Dunks, but I think it's taking care of some family business, taking things right for the holidays, but we're going to keep it pushing tonight, man. It should just be just a very chill stream. As y'all come in and out, smash that like button and sub up, man. And sign up for that sold out Discord. It is free to sign up, and it is pinned up at the top of the comments. And yeah, man, let's just dive in, man. We're talking. I wanted to go down the rabbit hole and talk the history of Jay-Z and Dame Dash, man. Now, there's probably telling a little bit about me and Dunks' age, man, because we grew up on Jay-Z and Dame Dash, like kind of relationships, so to speak, or business partnership. And I say all that to say that it's kind of funny how it ended, man. And, you know, from the outside looking in, it looks like you can easily say, like, man, it looks like Jay-Z kind of did Dame Dash dirty. So it's come out recently, and I think as much as early as today, apparently Dame Dash admits he's been losing money for years. I'm proud broke. I'm pretty sure Dame Dash broke. It's got to be much different from, I guess, I'm going to use myself for an example. It's got to be much different than my broke. My broke mean I'm really broke. His broke probably still sitting at over hundreds of thousands of dollars in investments, I'm sure. One thing about Dame Dash, if you guys aren't familiar, he helped start up the Roc-A-Fella record label whenever people wouldn't sign Jay-Z, so they went and created their own. It's kind of the history I got from it. Now, with all that being said, now it's kind of like when Jay-Z kind of took off on his mogul and been his own person. It seems like he kind of left a lot of people high and dry in the back, right? Let me test the chat real quick, see what we got in the building. We got Frankie Bang Bang in the building, says, yo, ho, boys. What up, Frankie? Holy Moly Kick says, Jay-Z already is an established gentleman. There's no way he's going to entertain the conversation and give Dame to gain promotion and popularity and even bring him that attention in his direction. No way. He says, Dame should apologize a long time ago. I mean, if he didn't do anything wrong, I mean, at the end of the day, if their business partnership was up, then you have the right to go your separate ways if you fulfilled your obligation. So I can see where you're coming from with that. But I still think it was messed up because if you think about it, Dame Dash, I looked up his net worth earlier. Apparently, and according to Google, and I'm pretty sure it's wrong, says his net worth's over $100,000. But at one point, this man was sitting at $50 million of his net worth, which I'm assuming he's still got to be in the millions, but I don't know. This whole live is alleged and opinionated base. But I do want to talk about the article that got where Dame says he's been losing money, and also seen it where he said he's willing to have a conversation with Jay-Z. I bet he is, you know. I'm pretty sure he's willing to get back in business with Jay-Z. Why would you not? One thing we can say about Jay-Z, and I guess I should come out off rip and say, like, I'm not the most super duper ooper like Jay-Z fan. Like, I rock with some of this stuff, but I mean, like, I'd rather literally put on like a Nas track. So, you know what I mean? Like, but I do got respect for Jay's hustle because he definitely changed the game and brought a lot of things to the game and makes a lot of business moves. And like it or not, majority of the rap artists look up. If I'll say the younger generation probably look up to Wayne, and I believe Wayne probably looks up to Jay-Z, you know, if not a lot of other artists that came before him for inspiration. Let me touch on the article I got, the latest one for Dame Dash real quick. See how he's exactly, quote unquote, losing money. So let me share my screen here. Give me like 2 seconds. Boom, right here. You guys should be seeing the screen at this point. It says Dame Dash admits he's been losing money for years. Says, I'm proud broke, is what the article is entitled. It says Dame Dash has had issues with child support over the years. In a brand new interview, he dug deep into why. Dame Dash sat down with Dr. Tage Morano. Hopefully, I'm saying that correctly. If not, forgive me. In a new episode of the American New Network program, The CEO Show. In one section, Dame explained the current state of his business dealings and why that he has led to problems paying child support. I mean, some tells me Dame child support is kind of up there, man. Let's see. Frankie Bang Bang says Dame Dash owes Pro Kids. Oh yeah, he did have that company at one point. Says while I'm investing in something else, I might not be making the money in the profit, so I can't afford to pay out what I was when I was having EBITDA of $8 million a year. Okay, so at one point he was making $8 million a year. He told Morano using a business jargon for earnings before interest, taxes, and amortization. Oh, okay, so that's what that stood for. Okay, got it. Says, so you can't judge how much I'm going to pay out by how much I made 20 years ago. This is true. I mean, you should be able to provide an updated income. But I know to play devil's advocate, when it comes to that stuff, the judge, the legal system is not necessarily, it's easier said than done. That's the way I must put it at. It's definitely easier said than done and be like, hey, yeah, my income's changed. If it hasn't changed dramatically, like it's so many little loopholes where, you could just be wasting your time. Says, I've had to start a new company from scratch without any money to start it with, he continued. I had to do it by rubbing two sticks together, so I can't pay out $300,000 or $400,000 a year in child support because I ain't making that. But I'm not ashamed of that because I have things to show for it, but it hasn't profit yet. I'm like a proud broke, but it ain't broke because I have things to show for it. You can't watch the entire conversation below at 11:40 mark. Okay. So he went on to say that, okay, so they did post it up on YouTube here. I'm not going to play the article. I'm not going to play the YouTube because sometimes people be copywriting that and they don't like you to do that. The Slayer says, salutes my sneaker squad. What up, Slayer? What up? As y'all come in and out, y'all smash that like button for the kid, man. Let's see. It says Dame Dash went on claiming that the level of his child support payments were originally based on his ownership stake in ex-girlfriend Rachel Roy's fashion line, equivalently that says now controlled by Ray. Okay, so they're not together anymore? Because it said ex-wife, so I mean, you can't really put that on there anymore, yeah. It says, so I have to now start a new company without any working capital, he said, so I had to flip. So while I'm doing that, it's like, yo, Rachel got the money I was making. She should pay the bills, but you can't be mad at me and make me feel bad if the money that I had to give the kids you got and you still expecting me to pay that while I'm investing and losing money for years. Dame's child support issues exploded into the public in the view in 2019 when the mogul was arrested for reportedly owing hundreds of thousands of dollars in child support to two different women, including Roy. Sheesh. But I think he bailed out, though. I think he actually paid like $1 million. Like, I think his was really up there. And then that's why I want to get on to Dame Dash wants to resolve the dispute, recalls their last conversation with Jay-Z. I actually want to touch on that one, too, because his last conversation with it, I'm very curious what they did say. I'm glad they're showing, like, related article to this. So we're going to put this up here like this. Boom. Let me hit the chat real quick. Says, Frankie Bang Bang says, I remember he sold a big portion of his sneaker collection to the dude, Jordan Gillard from the shoe museum. Shoes Museum. Okay, cool. That's what's up. I remember he used to be one point where he would wear a different white tee every day. Like it's all white, but it'd be a fresh one every single day. Once he popped the tag, he never wore it again is what he used to do. That's how he was getting it back then. Let's touch on this real quick. Says Dame Dash wants to resolve and this was from October 16, 2023. So seems like Dame Dash is he wants to reconsider. He wants to bury the hatchet, so to speak. Says Dame Dash wants to resolve Jay-Z's disputes, recalls their last conversation. Let's see, and I think I was on touch on this before, but then something else kind of like trumped the topic. Says Dame Dash has said he is ready to have a sit down with Jay-Z to discuss their falling out, but not before his conditions are met. Dash recently sat down with the Vibe editor-in-chief, Dachuan Thomas, on the CEO show. During the nearly long interview, so he's been sitting down with several different people. Dame Dash talked about his former Roc-A-Fella partner, the record label formed by Dash and Jay and Kareem Biggs. Buke was dissolved acrimony in the mid aughts. He said that he said that he'll be willing to have a conversation with Jay-Z to talk about their differences, but only if certain things will happen. So I'm guessing I wonder what his stipulations are gonna be. I mean, it's Jay-Z, dog, and safe to say Jay-Z may arguably be, if not the richest, like hip hop, like person. You know what I mean? At least one of them, anyway. Dash said he speak with Jay if the rap superstar agrees to talk about the people that didn't make the money and try to help. Those people, while not named specifically, seem, given the context of the conversation, to be former Roc-A-Fella artists. Okay. I mean, seems like all the Roc-A-Fella artists have been dropped. I mean, there's no record label, but I mean, like, if you think about it, the ones who were meant to survive did survive. Like, I want to say, I know Cameron and Dipset, they were on Roc-A-Fella at one point, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they brought Jim Jones on, but if he was a part of Dipset, then he had to be over there. But I don't remember seeing Jim Jones throwing up the rock. Or maybe it was a different type of deal, where it may have a group deal, but he had his own deal separately after that. Dash also claimed that Jay-Z has distasteful people around him. There's things, and I don't want to get into, that morally I can't be a part of, Dash explained, but if Jay could just shed all the things that I don't like morally, and all the people who have done things and are doing things that morally I can't F with, that then we can F with just family. Okay. And then Jay-Z apologized to Nas and Roc-A-Fella. Okay, Jay-Z's apology to Nas made Roc-A-Fella look crazy, says Dame Dash. Yeah, I want to go down the rabbit hole. I'm glad this is taking me all the way down the rabbit hole to this thing for sure, man. Very interesting how these two, like, I just want to know, how did it get to this far? You know what I mean? I really want to go back. This is talking about more current stuff, but I'm not mad at it, though. Says Dame Dash has used this language about morals to take digs at Jay for years now. In 2019, he posted a backhanded apology to Jay-Z on Instagram saying, just because you don't have the same morals or principles, it's cool. I'm not angry no more. And it says, everywhere else in the interview, Dame recalls the last time he saw Hove in person. He recalls, at a concert in Los Angeles. So last time he saw was in a concert in Los Angeles. I'm assuming they didn't do too much talking there, if I had to guess. And he says, my daughter Ava wanted to go to his concert, Dash remembered, so I had somebody call him and he got me tickets. He treated me like a gentleman and we talked. Dash continued, I got in on tape. He said, I got it on tape. He says, you can view the entire CEO show interview here. In addition, Jay-Z conversation also defines that Dash continued working with Kanye West and he experiences with moguls Jimmy Iovine and L.A. Reid. Okay, so I mean, I don't know if Dame Dash arguments are valid though. And I'm very curious why he didn't want him and Nas to, like, not make this sound weird, but he didn't want them to make up, which, I mean, there was a few little quick feud between Jay-Z and Nas, but I mean, like, I'm just going to say this and this is going to come across biased because I'm a big Nas fan. It always came across like Jay-Z was a Nas fan, considering how one of his first songs was, like, called Dead Presidents. It was a sample off one of Nas' songs, you know? I'm going to just leave it at that. So obviously he liked what the man was doing lyrically, because I'll give Nas his lyrics. He don't always choose the best beats, but he has great lyrics. And I think Jay-Z is a mixture of both. He has lyric and more, but Jay-Z to me comes across as more wordplay. You know, it's like how today a lot of rappers they're not lyrical, but they got great wordplay where it's still good. You know what I mean? It's not a diss or anything. Let's see. Holy Moly Kick says Jay-Z is definitely the richest artist in hip hop. Other than Rihanna, she's the richest. Yeah, for female wise, she's probably the richest, and then Jay-Z for the guys wise, and he don't really gotta flaunt it. Sometimes you just know they got it, And we'll just leave it at that. Let me hit this article real quick of basically why he didn't want Jay-Z to apologize to Nas. Let's see. The Slayer says Jay-Z is better business than a rapper. Yeah, he's definitely a better businessman. He even got the deal where, I don't know if you guys noticed now, for like the Super Bowl, we got a lot more hip hop acts coming to the like hip hop and R&B. Jay-Z is kind of over that part of the deal, I believe, right? Remember when he was sitting down with the NFL and everybody thought he was about to buy a team? I think this is what he was working in. He wanted to get his foot in the door first. And I'm not mad at that. Holy Moly Kick says Nas owned Jay-Z's music catalog. Oh, I didn't know that. You talking about like as far as like if you're gonna compare the two? Yeah. I mean, yeah. But Jay-Z I like him more on features now. Like whenever he features on Drake's albums, he does a great job. I like that. Let me hit this article real quick. It says Dame Dash has reflected on Jay-Z and Nas beef and believe Hov's apology, and this was in September 2023. So Dame Dash has been speaking on Jay-Z a lot recently. It seems like it's been back to back. Says Dame Dash has reflected on Jay-Z and Nas beef and believes Hov's apology made Roc-A-Fella look crazy. Holy Moly says no, he actually owns Jay-Z music catalog. I had no idea. Interesting. Wow. Frankie Brankman says, just remember that Jay-Z stole Biggie's whole flow and raps. Allegedly. I'm going to put that out there allegedly. I've heard that floating around, but I don't know how true that is. R.I.P. to Biggie. Let's see. The Roc-A-Fella co-founder was a guest on the CEO show alongside fashion icon Will Esco, where he spoke about his admiration for Escobar and how he maintained his integrity throughout his 30-year career. During the conversation, Dame Dash also shared his reaction to Nas name dropping him on his iconic Jay-Z diss track, Ether. Ether was a beast, man. Arguably, Ether could go down as one of the best like diss songs of all time, easily. Point blank period. There's a lot of great ones, but Ether is like he went in. It says, I was in shock, but I was happy. I wasn't hurt, he said. I'm gonna tell you right now what happened. I was hyped that he said my name, but also I knew what homie was doing, and I thought it was a distraction. I'm like, this is bubblegum-ish. Nah, that didn't come. That one came a little deeper than bubblegum. Pause. The Slayer says, Big Bro Jay speaking facts. Most definitely, man. Like, Ether, like, it wasn't no bubblegum. I felt that. And what I like about disses back then versus now, and it's different times now, and I don't want it to go back to that way, but usually if a person dissed you, you had several months because they didn't drop albums like every other month or songs every other week like they do now. Because songs back then were more longevity. They took time to grow on you versus now where if somebody drop a song, if it's catchy, by the end of the week or by the end of 2 weeks, it's over. And if they're really doing good, by the end of the summer, it's over. And maybe they can get a wintertime hit, and when summer hit, it'll stretch on there, but then it's time to make another one. I call it the fast food music, but back then they didn't do a lot of fast food music. They did true, like, you can tell they were in it, working on it forever. And I'm not saying the new artists aren't either, but these you can tell it's just like, you ain't coming out unless it's like literally fire. But I say all that to say, like, he waited months to diss him back because I think Jay-Z dissed him first, if I'm not mistaken. And so Nas, took months. But I was trying to say is nowadays you got 72 hours. If somebody takes a shot at you, like over like a rap beat, if it's rap beef, that rapper has literally 72 hours to respond. So, and that's just how the game go. You know what I mean? Like, you have 72 hours to respond. And that's just a new generation. So it kind of sucks, but at the same time, they have way more probably technology where literally probably get the beat sent to your phone and, you know, record over jail. Like, you know, a lot of people do a lot of different things to get their music out. I mean, if you think about it, Thugger's still putting out music and he's been locked down. Free Thugger, by the way. Let me read through the rest of this article. It says, I go to do a effing Roc-A-Fella campaign in Arizona with Freeway. I think he was there. I landed in this dumb-ish on the radio, and we took an L because he got in this man's emotions. Dame continued, yo, I F with Nas. I think he's one of the cooler ones. You see how cool somebody is when they're older. It's easy to be cool when you're 21. Like reckless, you're supposed to be that. But sometimes after 30, you don't change your genes and your cut is different and you start to get corny and you don't even know it. Possibly, he said some people don't really age well. You know, some people don't know when it's time to like. Some people don't know how to transition, and Nas definitely has showed you that he can transition over the years, as well as Jay-Z. He transitioned in a different way, but you can see. I'll tell you, and I don't want to pick on these guys, but I'll give you some examples of who didn't who didn't move forward past like their rap career or didn't transition well. You can think of the likes of like Bow Wow. You know, a lot of the kid rappers when they came out, you know, but Nas was 21 when he was out doing music. But I mean, Bow was probably in his like maybe he was a preteen, if that. But you know, it's hard to get him out of that picture. You know what I mean? So not every rapper that starts out real young knows how to transition well. So, and then unless you start out, but nowadays it ain't no more bubblegum kiddie rap. These kids are coming out, you know, younger and younger, spitting like they literally out here in the streets, and they may be. And I'm not here to knock it, but I'm just saying it was just definitely different times. That's all I'm trying to get at. Let me read through the rest of this article. It says, you stay in the moment in time. It's not your high school days. You don't wear the same cut jeans and you had back with your was rolling. So I think he's evolved well. I never look at him and he thinks he's someplace he shouldn't be. I look at the investments and the things that he does, and then he says my name sometimes. So yeah, I don't think there's no beef here. Like this article kind of made it seem like it kind of came about. But yeah, very interesting. Dame Dash is definitely speaking facts too. You know that dinner with Jay-Z question or like 100,000 or 500,000. I think Dame Dash could be another person you could sit down and have a conversation with too. His name could easily be on the list. While he doesn't rap, but he's a businessman. Let's see. He says, but he's one of those dudes that I consider straight vinyl, pure hip hop, underrated. Yeah, definitely underrated or unadulterated. He says, I haven't seen him do nothing corny, so I have a respect for him, and plus he's got a homie. He's got at homie. He was the only person I ever seen really rattle him like that. Yo, bro, I couldn't even talk to this dude for 3 weeks. I didn't talk to Jay about any of this ish. So I'm guessing when Nas dropped that diss track, he had a lot of people in their feelings. The Slayer says, I'll take that 500K and run. I mean, a lot of us would, though. And I feel like a lot of people would say, like, man, you might as well, because, I mean, you going to sit there, for an hour with them, and, hell, you may not learn anything. And even if they give you the game, you got to write it down and comprehend it. They may tell you what to do, but they're not going to tell you how to do it. You know? Yeah, so it just very interesting. Says, Dame Dash then recalled his reaction to Jay-Z's apology to Nas and said he puts the blame on Irv Gotti. Very interesting. Why? When he apologized in Ish, I was like, no. He said I was hitting him from the thing like, get off the radio. We're looking crazy. And Irv did that Ish, a Queen's N-word. He gave him pause. The Dame Dash is known for the pause joint. The banana in the tailpipe. This was Queen's things. He didn't even see that. Yo, Irv, stay out my business. Hov's apology, which came during an appearance on Hot 97 in December 2001, was prompted by a phone call from his mother, Gloria Carter, who did not approve of her son's crude shots on his Ether response, Super Ugly. Okay, because he did make a diss track called Super Ugly, but I don't think it took off like that, and I really wasn't feeling it. The diss track included lines about having sex with Nas' baby mama, Carmen Brown, and the back of his car and leaving condoms on your baby seat. Mom put, that was a quote from the Super Ugly line, which it was okay, but I mean, it didn't really, he riding the beat, but he ain't rhyming. Says, Mom put in a call and said that went too far, and she never ever called me out about music. Jay-Z told Angie Martinez on air. So I was like, okay, I'll go shut it down. He added, once again, I apologize. I felt like I didn't think about woman's feelings or Nas' former girlfriend's feelings or even my mom. It was really like, let me meet your level of disrespect with the level of disrespect. I mean, that's how it goes. That's how it is with All in Love and The Art of War. That's just how it goes, And I can't tell Nas how to feel or anything like that, but I mean, that's just how the game go. Says, during a separate interview earlier this year, Dame Dash tore into his former business partner by saying Jay-Z's response to Nas was terrible and the Escobar came out on top in their feud. Yeah, the Super Ugly diss track was not the best. I'm going to just leave it at that. Jay-Z's response was terrible. He said that effed up podcast. The thing is, he had first hit him with the joint at Summer Jam that was kind of hard. Takeover. Yeah, Takeover was the one that originally started it. But when Nas came with Ether, I was kind of hyped because he said my name. I was like, I guess I'm in a rap record. Nas went in, And then I think that was during the gist of the time when Nas lost his mother. Man, I've been a Nas fan forever. So, honestly, I could probably tell you way more than probably what I should know. And Nas is a very private person from what it seems like. It says, but the response, I wasn't there for the response. I had landed. Irv Gotti effed that one up. Every time Irv Gotti got in my business, he's effed ish up. He threw the ether on him. He had him apologizing. The rap that he did was whack. When I heard it, I was pissed. He says, I was coming from doing Roc-A-Fella ad on a private jet. I had just landed from Arizona and I'm listening to this ish on the radio what the F is this? So I was like, go to the effing Baseline Studios, because I want to know what happened. I'm like, what the F happened? And they in there high-fiving and ish what you high-fiving for? This ish whack. The N-word talking about other N-words, business and ish. We don't do that. And it was Irv. I was like, Irv Gotti. I called Irv, told him, don't ever get in my business again, bro. What are you doing? Okay, so Irv Gotti triggered him to write that diss, I'm assuming, where it went at his baby mama and stuff like that. He had it. You see how his wars go with rap? He doesn't win it. He's not a general. He's not a general like that. So I was like, stay out of my business. And Irv Gotti keeps talking about me all the time. Stop talking about me, Irv. Okay, so Irv Gotti was the Murder Inc. Then they changed it to the Inc. Then they went back to the Murder Inc. But he was known for putting Ja Rule on, or Ja Rule and them were business partner. Basically, you can say if Dame Dash and Jay-Z, you can think of Irv Gotti and Ja Rule. And Ja Rule, I know a lot of people give him a hard time, but Ja Rule had his run, man. I'm gonna give him his flowers while we still can. But 50 them, when they came through to make the diss moves, they didn't play around at all. So Dame says he revisits Jay-Z breakup and says he was betrayed by money. So I'm going to open this one up next. But I definitely want to touch on this one because it says it's the rise and fall of it. And that's kind of what I want to touch on. Hold on, let me make sure I close out the right one. Put this one up. Boom. Close this. And we're going to go here. Says, the rise and fall of music mogul Dame Dash. Here's what happened to his $50 million fortune. Because I was very curious. In the late 90s, Dame Dash was one of the most powerful men in hip-hop, the founder of one of the most seminal rap labels in history, Roc-A-Fella. He introduced the world of Jay-Z as a solo artist, State Property as a movement, and the Dipset as a force. Told you. I spit this out without even reading the article, man. I just been keeping up. He says, However, within 2 decades, he went from running a billion-dollar empire to having an estimated net worth in the low six figures. Let me clarify this. He's still living comfortable. He's not living on a level he probably once was, but I mean, he's still getting six figures. He's still living better than a lot of people. Says, how did this Harlem hustler go from having what was once described as a net worth of 50 million to now having 100,000 in his personal wealth? Let's see. So, sources say the answer is complicated mix of bad business decisions, lawsuits, and family drama. I mean, that'll do it to you. I'm saying he got kids and stuff he got to take care of. So, I mean, this is my thing. You go from making, and he said it himself, go from making 8 million to now you're making, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. Still good money, but some stuff gotta, you gotta make some rearrangements. Frankie Bangman says, I posted under announcements on a Discord. Okay, appreciate that. I think I saw it pop up. Let's see. I'll check it out definitely after the live for sure. Unless you want me to just pull it up on the screen now, but yeah. Let's see. Where we at. It says, after co-founding Roc-A-Fella Records in 1996 with the two other partners, Jay-Z and Kareem Brooke, which that's Biggs, Dash was on top of the world, leading with the sources of Jay-Z's first album, Reasonable Doubt, which quickly went platinum after it sold millions of records. The three secured a joint venture deal with Def Jam in 1999. The label would shine by putting out artists that dominated the charts in the early 2000s, including Kanye West, Rihanna, and Cameron. I said Carmen. It's Cameron. Yeah, I know they signed Ye. I didn't think Rihanna was actually on Roc-A-Fella. I thought she was actually just a part of I know Jay-Z had put her on, but I didn't know she had actually went up under Roc-A-Fella. I thought that's when Jay-Z had went back to Def Jam and had all that. So, interesting. I didn't know that. Learned something definitely new. Says he worked as Jay-Z's manager and business partner and even organized a tour for the brand that made a profit of $19 million, the Focus reports. In 2002, started to make films for Roc-A-Fella, producing two popular hood classics. Paid in Full is a classic, bro. Paid in Full, one of my favorite movies of all time, starring Woody Harris, Mekhi Phifer, and giving his longtime friend Cameron his acting debut. Cameron did his thing under there. All of them did their thing. He also put out State Property and Paper Soldiers, a film that gave Kevin Hart his film career start. Wow. Did not know that. I don't think I checked out State Property, but and Paper Soldiers, I don't remember if I watched that one. Dash as a visionary and legal hustler was paying off. However, in 2004, Roc-A-Fella sold its 50% stake to its equal partner, the mighty Def Jam Music Group, for $10 million, allowing the house that Rush built to own 100% of the company. I don't see how they can. If there are three people and partners, then if you all got a certain percentage, they agree to sell it back to Def Jam Group, and that's how Jay-Z got it, because they sold it for $10 million. Figured it would be worth more than that. Jay-Z became the first artist to become the president of Def Jam and negotiated a deal for himself that allowed him ownership of his masters. However, Dash was left out. This power move, the market realists say. I mean, yeah, we can see that. So I'm assuming Jay-Z sold his masters, or Nas ended up buying them eventually, because I think that Jay-Z, it says here he's owned his masters, but let me see how old this article is too, because this could be it's relevant, but yeah, this is from December 10, 2022. So things could have changed possibly since then. Let's see. This was compounded by the sale of his portion of Roc-A-Fella clothing line to Jay-Z a year later, CNN reported. These sales shifted the dynamic of Dash earnings potential, and the former friends' personal and professional relationships started to diminish. And with that, Dash social clout, which fueled so much of his lifestyle as an influencer, started to wane and impact his ability to capitalize on as he had before. Okay. Got you. Recently, Dash talked about feeling betrayed by Jay-Z. It says on the Get Your ASS Up podcast. How many podcasts and interviews have Dame Dash done, man? Sheesh. Um, he said that the rapper's love for wealth and power showed his love for their friendship. He says, yeah, all that, but we're friends, Dame said. How would you feel if your brother portrayed you for money? Would it hurt? That's the algorithm. It wasn't surprising because that's what always happens. It was surprising because no one that was we were always happening. That's making one sell out the other, the friends divide and conquer, and the normal story. Okay, you know how Dame Dash talks, man. He have you all over the place on this joint. The Slayer says Dash sounding desperate. Honestly, to keep it 100, I mean, yes, I agree with you. Like, he clearly is like, man, he want to go back to those times, and as he should, because I mean, his business. He ain't working a regular 9 to 5. So I mean, some of his business got to be working if he's still bringing in 100,000. But it's not on the level of what it once was. And maybe, but see, I don't know how Jay-Z could really help him. You know what I mean? If we're gonna keep it 100, how can Jay-Z really help him? Because reality is, like, Jay-Z's already probably proven that he don't, not to be rude or mean, but he's kind of probably already proven that he don't need him, so to speak. You know what I mean? So, if at that point he would just be doing it because, that's like, quote unquote, his boy, It says in spring of 2022, he talked about how this breakdown has kept the two in court, most recently about his selling his share of Jay-Z's classic Reasonable Doubt album. So yeah, Dame Dash actually owned a lot of stuff, man. Says in an interview with Shannon Sharp, he addressed it. He addressed his shout out from Jay-Z at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Dash said, "We're in court right now. That's why he said that." So I'm assuming they settled some things, hopefully. Says, without the original team that had helped groom to success starting back in 1992 after Clark Kent put him and Jay-Z together as manager and artist, he began to explore other forms of artist and entrepreneurial expression. Says, he continued in film and television, making mark in the TV with BET and WeTV, dabbed in fashion, put his hands in boxing, publishing, and magazines. So this is all the stuff that Dame Dash continued to do. So put his hand in boxing, publishing a magazine, and even an alcohol brand, still hitting a lick to establish himself as being a challenge, further hindered by tax issues and child support disputes. That come with the game, but if he's still hustling, but same time, man, depending on how much you gotta pay. It says in 2015, according to the information released by the New York Department of Tax Evasion and Finance, Dame owed $4.4 million in taxes. Sheesh. And you gonna pay those, or you gonna go to jail, or you gonna have some type of deal. You gonna go to jail. They don't play about that. See, data showed, according to page 6, he was hit with a lien over state income taxes he owed for years 2005, 2007, 2010, and 2011. At the time, Dash was named number 35 on the top 250 New York State equivalent taxpayers list. So, still a lot of people ahead of you, but yeah. Dash owes other outside of New York government. In 2019, he was sued by Edward Brooks for copyright infringement after allegedly marketing and selling the film behind her back without her consent. The New York Daily News reports originally Dash was hired to direct the film, but was fired because he was wasteful and disrespectful. Maybe that's where Kanye gets his inspiration from. My bad. Kanye just took I just gave Kanye just a little Blaine-like blow shot right there. Wasn't even necessary. Let's see. Brooks alleged that Dash attempted to sell the film to iTunes and also had an intention of streaming it on his Dame Dash Studios website. She says Dash even edited and released a trailer for the film to promote it. Interesting. So I'm assuming he lost that lawsuit. Says, however, after being fired, he had no right to move forward with the project and misrepresented his current involvement. A judge ruled in Brooks' favor and ordered, just like I just said, ruled in Brooks' favor and ordered Dash to pay $300,000 to the filmmaker. Yeah. See, like I said, he had the money because he's been paying it, but like it's kind of one of those. It's nickel and diamond, and next this stuff adding up. 4.4 million here, a million here, $300,000 here, on top of how he's already living. Yeah. Then it goes down to the baby mama drama. Says the growing up hip hop executive producer has 5 children. Did not know that. Dame Dash Jr., aka Boogie, which is 31. Ava, which is 23. That's 2 that's grown already. Tahila, 14. Lucky, 18. And Dusky, that's 1. So he has at least, 3 kids that are grown and 2 that are not grown. So, I mean, says Ava and Tahili mother Rachel Roy and Lucky mom Cinda Maroyos have both had Dash in court about child support in 2019. The 3 all came to a solution on how to settle the collective $950,000 he owed them in back support for their children. To pay them, TMZ reported he was able to leverage his agreement with Lee Daniels, who settled with Dash for $5 million for money he invested in 2010 Oscar-nominated movie Precious, which he never recouped. Interesting. So he has investments to get the money. It's kind of one of those, he don't have it, but he can cash out on a lot of the stuff he already has, like his hands in the pot on, so to speak. Let's see. The Slayer says Dame dashing his taxes. I mean, nobody really likes paying them, to be honest, but I mean, you kind of have to, bro. It says the argument calls for Roy and Maroyos to be paid in installments of a few $1,000s per quarter until the total of $950,000 is paid up. Despite being cash poor, Dash, that's why I said he may not have it all physical, but he has a lot of investments. From what I'm getting, he has a lot of he has a lot of like investments that, he got access to the money, but he don't have the money right then. You know what I mean? And to be honest, that's not picking on Dame Dash. A lot of these celebrities and a lot of these millionaires and billionaires, their net worth may be, when they say like, yeah, they're worth, we'll say they're worth billions, right? I'm not saying Dash, but just in general. That don't mean they have $1 billion cash. That means they have everything around them and all their investments and stuff like that all tied together equals up to $1 billion. Meaning if they was to cash out on everything. Don't mean they still ain't got a lot of money, but I mean, like physical money. But yeah, $950,000 and just laying around in cash, yeah, still a lot. Says, despite being cash poor, Dash is rich with ideas and always working on his next big thing. In fact, his Dame Dash Studios is set to debut a new visual album titled Play Toy in 2023. But I'm assuming that's got scrapped because, we ain't heard no more talk about it. This was from 2022. So that kind of goes down a few of that. Let me see what else we got up on here real quick. Dame Dash at risk of losing Roc-A-Fella shares. This was in September 12th, 2023. So very curious how that goes. Let me see. Close that. Let's see. Dame Dash shares in Roc-A-Fellas are reported at risk of hitting auction according to the court documents. So they're still in court because this is in September 2023. Let's see. Holy Moly Kick says there's quality. Their quality is their net worth. Yeah, their you said the equality or their equality is their net worth. Yeah, I get what you mean. Hopefully I'm reading that right. If I'm not, my bad. Says Dame Dash shares in Roc-A-Fella are reportedly at risk of hitting auction. Man, he really been going through it, bro. According to the court documents obtained by allhiphop.com, Dash helped launch the label alongside Jay-Z and Kareem Biggs back in 1995. The situation resolves around a lawsuit regarding Dash dismissal as a co-director on the movie Dear Frank, which I didn't know that was a movie. I don't even think I seen that joint, so they're arguing over that. It says after being ousted from the project for allegedly being high on the set. Oh, so they pretty much let him out because they pretty much saying he got high. He was too high. Dash promoted himself to a producer on the project and changed his title on the list. The ensuing lawsuit resulted in a jury ruling against Dash and directed him to pay $805,000 in damages to the filmmaker Josh Weber and Muddy Waters Pictures. Dame Dash been taking some L's in court, dog. In order to complete the deal, Weber's lawyer Christopher Brown wants Dash 1/3 interest in Roc-A-Fella to be sold at a live in-person public. Oh, dang. So this ain't even got nothing to do with Jay-Z, but his percentage of what he got with Roc-A-Fella, because he lost this lawsuit, nah, I don't think that's fair. I'm assuming Roc-A-Fella, his share in Roc-A-Fella is definitely more than 800,000. You know? Oh, heck no. Like, I hope he's fighting that one, which I'm assuming he is. And this is from September 2023. Whew. Yeah. Dame Dash parties with Jay-Z. Let's see. Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Sparrow, has since jumped into the dispute. He argues that Dash can't do so. Says Dash can't do so due to the company's bylaws forbidding any such transfer for sale. Neither Brown or Weber nor Dash have obtained or even sought permission to auction Dash 1/3 interest in Roc-A-Fella Records. As a result, any purported transfer of Dash 1/3 in Roc-A-Fella funds or a public auction Brown or Weber seek would be void. And okay, so they can't do it even if they wanted to. Okay, whew, man, he's good. Like the way it's set up, they can't use it. They're gonna find something else for him to cover the debt. Avoid intellectual and would not operate to transfer Dash interest. And the Roc-A-Fella board is entitled to decide whether to approve any transfer of Dash interest, Spyro said, as noted by Hip Hop. The judge has yet to issue a final ruling. He may not, can't, you know. So, yeah, that's where that is. Jay-Z and Roc-A-Fella Records previously sued Dash for... Okay, so Jay-Z and Roc-A-Fella previously sued Dash for allegedly attempting to sell his shares of the label as a Reasonable Doubt NFT. Oh, I remember that. So I don't think he can sell none of that stuff without their permission. The lawsuit concluded with both parties agreeing that no individual shareholder could mint an NFT of the album. Be on the lookout for further updates on the latest legal dilemma for Dame Dash and Roc-A-Fella. So looks like, yeah, Dame, one can't do one without the other. You need that person's permission. So, I mean, the way ever the percentage is set up and however it's written in black and white, that's just how the game goes, man. So, and as it should be, I think that's fair. And then we're going to touch on this one real quick. Now, I think this one, when did this article drop? I want to say this was earlier too. It says Dame Dash says he's willing to have a conversation with Jay-Z to resolve their disagreement. And I think they should at this point, even though Jay-Z doesn't technically have to. So let me see what this is. It says Dame Dash is willing to talk to Jay-Z to resolve their dispute. In an interview with the CEO Show podcast host Dunton Thomas. How many podcast shows this dude has did? Like, I feel like I've read like 3 or 4 different podcasts he's done within the past year. I mean, but if he's charging for those, maybe that's the way he makes money too, which I'm not knocking a man hustle. Let's see, which appeared on American New Network YouTube channel Saturday, October 14th. Dame Dash opened up about his estranged relationship with fellow Roc-A-Fella Records co-founder Jay-Z. Says, when I look at what happened between me and Jay, it's like I blame Jay for letting it happen, but all people that really made it happen are the ones that are benefiting from him the most now. He said at the 13-minute and 57-second mark in the video below, I was stopping them from getting money. Okay, so yeah, he didn't say this is definitely different. He says, my friendship comes before business. He continued, either way, unless Jay-Z was down with it, then it wouldn't have happened. Dame is referring to him and Jay-Z and Kareem Buke selling Roc-A-Fella Records for reportedly $10 million. So Dame has not confirmed this. They obviously sold it, but like that number we keep hearing 10 million. I don't know if it's really true. Let's see. The sale of their storied rap label has reportedly left Dame and Jay-Z at odds with each other over the years. However, Dame said that he's willing to talk to Jay-Z to settle the dispute. My thing is this. I feel like some stuff went behind Dame's back, and then before you know it, he was hit. He didn't know what to do. But I feel like this can be settled with a simple conversation. And maybe Jay-Z, if he wanted to just leave Roc-A-Fella, that should have been what it was, you know? But I don't know, because maybe it's more. It's definitely more to the story. And keep in mind, we only get Dame's side of the story. We don't get Jay-Z's side of the story. Says, where I'm at now is if Roc-A-Fella and the ones that weren't billionaires want to get money on the right terms, I'm down, he said. I'm telling you publicly, I will have the conversation. And I've never not said that, but Jay's never had that accountability to have the real conversation with me. Do you think they should have a conversation is the really important part? I think so. I think it's time they have a conversation, man. This stuff has been going on for years. Man, we don't get no younger. Even if they want to sit down to agree to disagree, I'm with that as well. You know what I mean? Like, you can agree to disagree. I'm with that. You know what I mean? Because at that point, man, y'all did get a lot of money together at one point. Let's see. He says, I've always said, as a man, that we could always talk it up. He continued, men should always be able to talk things up, but I'm really happy with my life right now. So he says he's good. You know, he's good what he says. I know this would be love to see it. He said, I know the world would love to see it, and I'm down for it. He added, if we could create something that inspires me, period. I don't want to be effing running on the stage, dancing around. I'm too chubby for that right now. He concluded. Yeah, he want to do business. He don't want to do no more music type of stuff, which I don't think he never did. I think he came out on the stage, but I don't think he was never that guy anyway, man. So I don't think nobody's, no disrespect, Dame, but I don't think nobody's looking at that from you. Dame Dash says he has no beef with Jay-Z. So apparently he's willing to squash the beef despite all the lawsuits and everything that's come about. So this just shows growth, man. This shows growth, everybody. Says, despite the disargument, Dame Dash insists that he has no beef with Jay-Z. He added that he can call on Hove anytime for a favor and it's no problem. Did not know that. That really caught me off guard. It says, we're not on a non-speaking thing, he explained. Our relationship as far as, like, if I ask for something that he might have, like, a plug with for, like, shows and ish, like, that I'd be all right. Yeah. Okay, so I guess they're on speaking terms. If they're on speaking terms, then they mean, I'm thinking they can work this stuff out. Says, but we really have to have a conversation, Dame added. I agree. I think it's time they had a conversation. This stuff has been going on since the early 2000s. And, yeah, man, it's just trying to level up. And I think Dame should be on a level of a Jay-Z. And let me clarify this. Not like rap-wise or music-wise, but I feel like it's just like hip-hop mogul. I look at him, he could have been that next like Russell Simmons money-wise or the Diddy money-wise without, you know, Russell Simmons didn't rap or make music, but he's still known in the hip-hop world. So I feel like Dame Dash could have easily took it there, you know. Let's see, I'm not going to read more. I think he said Jay-Z offered him $1.5 million for the Roc-A-Fella stake, which I think I got that in a different article. See, Dame Dash reveal that he's willing to, okay, cool. So you can watch the video here. So covered that article. And that's 50 Cent and Jay-Z. We're not going to talk them because that's other ones for sure. Dame Dash says Jay-Z worked with R. Kelly despite knowing what he did to Aaliyah the whole time. Wow. And this was in July 2023. Now, I do remember when R. Kelly and Jay-Z did do that like joint album. It was fire, man. Funny, me and my coworker was talking about R. Kelly today, man. And I don't want to get too deep into that whole situation, but Dame Dash reveals him and Jay-Z were in competition for Aaliyah. why did so many dudes were trying to talk to Aaliyah? She is R.I.P. to Aaliyah first off, and she is beautiful. But I mean, like, dang. So I am gonna read this part. I didn't know there was like a thing where they were gonna both try to date her. And I do want to touch on this one right here too, where Dame Dash reveals that Jay-Z disappointed him by offering him $1.5 million for Roc-A-Fella estate. So let me touch on this one real quick. Now, this one dropped in February of 2023, so I didn't know he was offered that. It says Dame Dash, co-founder and imprint alongside Jay-Z in 1994, made the claim in a recent interview saying that the lowball offer was disrespectful. But see, he's low-key changing, and I would assume Jay-Z's trying to think from the business point of view of like, you need it type of thing, but, sure, he could use the money physically, but he got other business where if he want access to the money, he can go cash out on some things. Says Dame Dash has shared more details about his NFT lawsuit involving Jay-Z during a recent sit down with the Vulit TV. Dame is, y'all, I don't know if y'all keeping count. I think I count at least like 6 or 7 interviews homie done did like within the past year. Hip hop mogul addressed his decision to enter the blockchain space and how it was motivated by a lowball offer. He said in 2021, Dame attempted to sell his shares of the iconic music imprint of Roc-A-Fella, which he and Jay-Z co-founded nearly 3 decades ago. Dame claimed Hove was willing to buy his stake in the company, but only wanted to shell out $1.5 million. Only, huh? But again, keep in mind, I think it was sold for like $10 million, so he knows worth more than that. The music executive was offended by the offer, so he and his team began exploring other options. Gotcha. Says in 2022, it was reported that Dame was trying to sell Hove's debut album, Reasonable Doubt, which we saw that he couldn't do. So honestly, the only person that can buy back I guess the way the deal set up, they can only buy back from each other. He can't really sell without permission because he owns the percentage. Yeah, it's kind of weird how things like that work. Says in 2022, we reported that Dame Dash was trying to sell that. Let's see, which promoted Roc-A-Fella to file a lawsuit. Dame later clarified he never attempted to mint and sell a portion of his project, but was instead trying to sell his stake in the imprint. He reiterated the claim during the Volt interview. Okay, so he was trying to do some business move, but either way, they wasn't feeling it. It says, he remarked, when I was offered a certain amount of money for my interest in Roc-A-Fella, which owns Reasonable Doubt, they offered me like $1.5 million, Jay-Z. He says, and I was like, that's some disrespectful-ish, so I guess I have to sell it someplace else. Dame Dash was slick at the mouth with it too, so he's like, that's the best y'all can do? All right, I'll shop elsewhere. Dame said he was consulted with the cousin and an attorney named Ronald Sweeney, who suggested he sell his shares as an NFT. Dame ultimately agreed to the move, believing it would result in bigger payout. However, Roc-A-Fella squashed those plans by accusing Dame of trying to sell the Reasonable Doubt as an NFT. The bottom line is simple, and that's what I want them to get to, the bottom line sometimes with these articles, dog. Says, Dash can't sell what he doesn't own, the company argued, as reported by Rolling Stone. By attempting such a sale, Dash has coveted a corporate asset and has breached his fiduciary duties. Okay, his planned auction of Reasonable Doubt would result in inoperable harm. The court should stop Dash from attempting to sell the copyright to Reasonable Doubt, require Dash to return the NFT of Reasonable Doubt to RFA Incorporated. So Roc-A-Fella, I'm assuming, if what that is, Roc-A-Fella. So RFA, which is Roc-A-Fella, gotcha. And hold him accountable for his brazen theft of RFA Incorporated most prized possession. Dame again insisted the lawsuit was based on inconsistencies. He says, I got the lawsuit because, again, I got accused of doing something I didn't to stop me from doing it, and then everybody just went missing, he said, so I had to deal with the lawsuit on my own. Damn, so the people he had acquired supposed to help him with the lawsuit just disappeared. And I'm telling you, man, I don't know if any of you guys ever been through any form of legal trouble, but that whole term where people be like, people used to tell me this all the time when the legal troubles and stuff. I used to be like, just get a good attorney, you'll be fine. Get a good attorney, you'll be fine. Let me put it this way: a good attorney knows he's a good attorney. To get a good attorney, you're gonna have to get that through word of mouth. And the stuff that you find on Google, you may find that super good attorney, but they usually you have to be recommended to them. They don't have their books open for new clients because they already straight. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those you gotta, because they don't have to take you on as a client. You know, they don't have to help you. Now if they take your money and y'all sign the I forgot what it's called, but if you sign a deal with them, then yeah, they're agreeing to represent you, but they don't have to represent you. So, yeah. Says nothing in judgment shall prevent a shareholder of a member of Roc-A-Fella Inc. from selling, assigned, pledged, and crumbling, contracting with regard to or any way disposing of their 1/3 ownership in Roc-A-Fella Records. The agreement read. So pretty much, I don't think one can do without the other. Now that we read it that way, so it's kind of a gift and a curse, and I'm not mad at it. I'm actually here for it. You know, I'm pretty sure going back down on Dame probably would not want to sell it anyway. I'm gonna read on this last little bit of basically apparently Jay-Z was bitter about him dating Aaliyah, and he was courting her because he was courting her. So I'm going to see what that is real quick, and then we're going to wrap things up for the night. I think we should be good because I'll be on this joint for almost an hour and 30 minutes. I think I covered this one. Dame Dash says he worked with R. Kelly. I want to stay off the R. Kelly one a little bit because, you know, that's like a slippery slope. So I don't really want to go there. Let me hit this one real quick because I didn't know. I remember they said Dame Dash dated Aaliyah, but I didn't know on a level of how serious it was. You know what I mean? So apparently a lot of people dated her, and not in a bad way, but a lot of people make that claim. But I also don't like when people speak on it because sometimes it's kind of like that person not here to speak for themselves. You know what I mean? But it says Dame Dash claimed Jay-Z was bitter about him dating Aaliyah. He was courting her. Dame Dash has opened up about Jay-Z, and this was in July 20. Dame Dash been on an interview frenzy. It says open up about Jay-Z's alleged bitterness towards him dating Aaliyah, while Hove was also trying to court the late singer. So they both was trying to date her. But I guess she went for Dame Dash. Interesting. The Roc-A-Fella co-founder joined the F'd Up podcast earlier this week, where he reflected on meeting Aaliyah and going on a date. Baby girl with Jay-Z was also interested in. Okay. He says, I just threw my game, and I guess Jay was trying to get at her as well, and I didn't know, he explained. Then it got brought up, and I was like, F both of y'all. I've never worked out for them. It'll never worked out for them, and we were both trying to get at her. I eased up, and then he ran into the other. I'm assuming he means Beyonce. He says, everybody was getting at Aaliyah, bro. I just said that. Everybody had to be getting at her. She'll go to dinner with an N-word, but she wasn't just going to be smashing. So that was like the big deal. Who could get with the... Oh, wow. This dude wrong. Honestly, man, I'm going to keep it 100. If you don't got nothing nice to say about the people that are no longer here to speak for themselves, man, sometimes some things are better off left unsaid. You know? Let her rest in peace, man. But I get it. I mean, it's a compliment, but a little bit too long. You know, a little too much, you know. One of the co-hosts then interjected to ask Dame if Hove was bitter about him winning out the Aaliyah. Obviously, Dame replied, yeah, he felt the way. Dame, you can't tell that man how he felt. He's not here to speak for himself. Dame Dash went on to detail how Jay-Z was also courting Aaliyah, but it came to a head at the July 4th party in 2000, where all three were in attendance, but Dame ended up hooking up with the one and only singer. Interesting. I don't know if I want to buy that all the way, but again, I wasn't there. I don't know. Dame Dash says R. Kelly belongs in prison. I know what he did to Aaliyah. Okay, we're not going to touch on that. I'm not going to touch on that. We're just going to close out with this one tonight because I seen I feel like Dame Dash should just write a book at this point, a tell-all book. I feel like that's where his mindset is, or am I tripping, man? He says he was sending flowers and doing all that ish. He was courting her, Dame added, so we were both going hard, and we ended up in the same house 4th of July. It was like one day it might lean toward him, and then it would lean toward me. If he says so. He says, I don't know, I wasn't there, man. I'm just saying, I find it, I don't know. I'm going to leave it alone. He says, I was just on fire that week. Everything I was saying was funny. I remember coming down after it happened, and he was like, you know this is going to be hard for me. His friends were laughing at him and ish. I don't believe that happened. Dame and Aaliyah met through having the same account in 2000 and eventually started dating until her tragic death in August 2001. R.I.P. to Aaliyah, man. I definitely remember that. My mom was really sad about that, too. We watched Romeo Must Die, which is one of the movies she played in. Like, we watched that joint almost every weekend, bro. Due to the plane crash in the Bahamas, Dash reflected on the Princess of R&B's death on the 20th anniversary of her passing in 2021. He says, I was reflecting that there hasn't been one day since she's passed. No one in the 20 years that I've ever heard her name, heard her record, or seen a picture of her. He told E.T. every single day she's present in my life, and I feel lucky for that. So I'm apparently still got feelings for her, which, I mean, if he cared about it, he cared about her. I don't want to take that away. Let's see. I don't want to know I'm kind of scared to touch on this one a little bit. Let me see. Jay-Z says Dame Dash worked with R. Kelly despite knowing what he did to Aaliyah the whole time. And this is one of those, these is one of the extremely gossip sites. I don't want to mess with it too much. Dame Dash revisit Jay-Z's breakup, says he was betrayed for money. I think we kind of covered that one all the way already. I will just see what this article is just for a little bit, and then we're going to wrap things up here for the night, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Smash the like button, sub up, sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Let me check out this article real quick, and then we're going to wrap things up for the night because I've been on it for like an hour and 22 minutes. Dame Dash reveals he and Jay-Z were in competition for Aaliyah's heart, but I want to know why they got the R. Kelly on here. It says, we read that one. Okay, it says Dame Dash recent conversation with the F'd Up podcast. Read that part. Roc-A-Fella explained the time him and Hov competed for Rock the Boat Singer and claiming she gave both them some play. Says, I didn't look at her like that because she was like a tomboy. Dash stated, she was a little to me, but then one time I guess we had that same bookkeeper and walked past. Every time I saw her, she looked different. She had different looks every time, and I was like, yo, who the F is that? Okay, so he was definitely checking her out. I want to see where R. Kelly comes into play on this joint, man, because like I said, me and my coworker was definitely talking about that, but I don't know if they're gonna have him on here. I think this is a different like article or something like that. I don't want to play too much into it, but I'm gonna check it out for sure. I think this covers the same article as we was on. So pretty much, I guess Dame Dash and Jay-Z have always been in some form of slight competition with each other. Was this Diddy and Jennifer Lopez back in the day? Yeah, it sure was. That was my favorite couple back in the day, low key. For real. Yeah, I would have liked that for sure. But I didn't know Jay-Z was trying to get at Aaliyah. I didn't know so many people wanted to like talk to her. But I mean, she is a beautiful woman and definitely gone too soon. You know what I mean? So definitely covered that. So yeah, man, we coming up on like what? A little bit, hour and 24 minutes. About to start wrapping things up here for the night. But I will say that I hope that Jay-Z and Dame Dash are able to come to like some type of terms to like figure out how they want to handle business. Especially giving people their flowers before it's too late. Jay-Z's definitely become one of the biggest hip-hop moguls, and I respect it. And I feel like Dame Dash should definitely be on that same level as a Jay-Z, if you ask me. Neither one of them, you know, whether we can say, well, Jay-Z did all the rapping, Dame didn't do anything. He clearly did something, you know what I mean? He clearly helped start the business, whether he had to put some money up because, you know what I mean, they obviously started from scratch. So they labels just don't pay attention to you just like that. So, but it comes with the game. When you have a business partner, you got to make sure y'all on the same page. And once money starts going into the pot, lots of money. Like if you got in a partnership with somebody, once money start flowing into the pot, bro, it definitely can easily get complicated real quickly and blat your eye. You're like, man, yo, especially if one person seems like they're doing better than you. And especially when I think Jay-Z had, made that move and then really, I think he didn't say nothing to them directly. I think they all just got the news through like how he was moving. And then the people that was now that he was over, they delivered the message. So I guess that's just how Jay-Z wanted to handle it, man. I don't know. But I don't know if Jay-Z's actually going to actually give him, I don't know. He says he's willing to sit down. I know Dame says he's willing to sit down and talk. But I guess the real question is I know Dame says he's ready, but is Jay-Z ready to sit down and talk? That's the most important question. Is he ready to sit down and talk? Does he need to talk? I mean, you know what? I'm going to look up Jay-Z's net worth just for like ish and giggles real quick. Because Dame's, it says 100,000. And then I'm going to close out with this real night just to compare the numbers. We already know Jay-Z's is up there, but I'm very curious. I don't really look at it. He tries to keep a low profile. But yeah, they said Dame's is 100,000, which I'm assuming is higher than that. So apparently, right, and I'm going to share my screen on this so you guys can see. Boom. Jay-Z is estimated at 2.5 billion. You know? Ain't no way Dame Dash shouldn't be at least sitting at 100 million. You know? And I'm going to just leave it at that. So, especially with you coming up together. But I mean, just because you came up together don't mean you have to have don't mean they have the same hustles. I'm going to just leave it at that, you know? You got a lot of people who you went to school with, and I'm just saying in general right now, and I'm not talking about nobody in particular, this is just a metaphor, so to speak. It's a lot of people you probably went to school with and grew up with, and some of them going to do better than you. You're going to do better than some of them. It just come with the game. So that's just how it is, but this one is you starting a business, so maybe you can't compare them exactly like that, but it's very easily to do so, you know? And let's be clear, Jay-Z has made some investments that made him lose money too, but overall, I guess he has made more better investments compared to Dame. So, and apparently it says Jay-Z's, and this is in March of 2023, Jay-Z's rap's first billionaire is now worth $2.5 billion, even in a year without a tour or album release. Yeah, he's not even doing music anymore. He's just doing business. And I tell you, another person who seems to always seem like they're doing business is Master P. But I don't think it's on the level of a Jay-Z. But I mean, hey, they all obviously influence each other in some way, shape, or form, man. And I'm going to leave it at that. Let me put myself back on the main screen and wrap things up for the night, man. Definitely, this was a good topic. Definitely wish Dunks was here to really, like, give his thoughts and opinions on that. But we will be back on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. This is Music Monday, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and I make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls. This is Music Monday. I'll be back on Wednesday with Sold Out Saturday. Sign up for that Sold Out Discord. It is free to sign up, and it is pinned at the top of the comment section, and I will have it pinned up at the top of it's pinned up at the top of the chat, and I have it pinned up at the top of the comment section as well. Definitely gonna have another video dropping for you guys tomorrow and some bangers throughout the week. So other than that, man, I'll be back on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast, and I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December. where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember.